Skeleton of cave bear found in Bear Cave, Romania. Wonder why it's called that. This sent me down a massive historical rabbit hole, but long story short, it's called Romania because there were once Romans there. Thank you for the information. I'll make sure to remember that and not forget why it's called that. Air vibrates in a pattern. Humans. Well, that's music to my ears. You hear that? Every air vibrating pattern is music. Everything. Even hyperpop, unfortunately. What's something you will always hate? Periods. Just use commas instead. But they're completely different things. A comma has never once ended a sentence. Silly Billy. Trying to eat healthy. Salad with bacon bits. I mean, sure. This is good proportions, I would say. It's a good lettuce to bacon ratio. What just hits different at 2 a.m.? A guy standing in the middle of the road. Your Honor, in my defense, I thought it was a deer. There are only 5 planets you can see with the naked eye. Mercury, Venus, Mars, Jupiter, and Saturn. SMH, try 6. You can definitely see Earth. I'm looking at it right now. At what number is the car parked? I can't see. The car is on top. This is such an old image. I know the answer to it, but we're gonna move on. The eye sees only what the mind is prepared to comprehend. Yeah, that's kind of how that works, dumbass. Robert Davies, I bet he's never accomplished anything important. 2 dads going through a midlife crisis accidentally start a gang war. I've seen maybe 1 episode of Cobra Kai, and this is exactly how it is. Watching all those kids beat the crap out of each other in a cafeteria on like the first day of school. Huh? This is all their fault. So I told her I have a Ferrari. Hey, that's a pretty nice Ferrari. Did you get it from Ant-Man? Man, what's the first thing you notice when you see a woman? Hey, that's a woman. Yeah, that's so true. I do that, I think. Mark Lee is so forking handsome. Where is he? He's not in the video, but personally, I think he's really handsome. Hey, hell yeah. I don't know who Mark Lee is either, but I'm sure he's good looking. A friend found this coin. Could someone please tell the appropriate value of this? 1 rupee from India, 1889. It's written on the coin. I mean, it's right there. in big all caps text, 1 rupee. I can't. Who will be relegated from the English Premier League? The bottom 3 teams. Dummy. Of course that's how it works. It's how it works every year. Silly. What's wrong with you? Okay, geniuses, why does this not work? Putting a bag over your head with a plant on your head, and then constantly converting carbon dioxide into oxygen and vice versa. It's equivalent exchange. It will work for the rest of your life. Yes, your very short-lived life. Or, if you do it right, your medium-lived life. This photo is an image. Yes, it is. I saw my boy across the bar tell some girl he travels for work. That man delivers pizza. Yeah, in a car that presumably has gas in it. Fun fact, if the amount of humans were to decrease, the amount of people would also decrease. What do you want me to say here? What do you want me to say? It's true. It's right. It's the subreddit. It's in the name. It's technically true. It's just saying the same thing twice in a row. You can't breathe underwater. Yes, I can. Oh, I thought these were the same people. But then in the bottom photo, they definitely are not the same people. I thought it was the same girl, just wearing a different shirt. Can we bring these memes back? I feel like TikToks nowadays are just video versions of these memes, right? Am I wrong? I feel not wrong. What was your reaction when you first saw a naked woman? Bearing in mind I was literally seconds old, covered in slime, and in a state of shock, no reaction at all. My good friend, I think you're being a little too literal here. What is wrong with this car? It's on fire. Not usually good for vehicles. Yeah, you know, the fire is supposed to stay on the inside of the gas tank thing, where it combusts into energy. I don't know how cars work. I just put the gas in and it goes vroom vroom. Best place to get a nose piercing? On the nose. Hope this helps. Yeah, but the nose has like 3 different things. You could do like one side, the other side, the middle, like a bowl, whatever it's called, or right in the very front. That's 4. Wow, I'm so good. Can we settle this once and for all? How do you brush? Water plus toothpaste plus water. 2, toothpaste plus water. 3, toothpaste. Everybody should pick 1. Everyone should pick 1, but there's 3 options, so you gotta pick 1. Leave a baby in a womb for 9 months at 98.3 degrees, and it's fine. But leave it in a car at 98.3 degrees for 10 minutes, and that MF quit on life. Once the baby leaves the womb, it becomes a little bitch. It's weak, feeble, and ain't have no dog in them. Over time, the baby develops that dog. So you gotta wait until they're at least like 6 or 7 before you lock him in a hot car. There is no physical description of Jesus in the Bible. False! Luke 2:52, he's larger than a baby. By the description of him driving the moneylenders from the temple, we can also tell that he fit inside the temple, which gives us an upper bound as well as a lower bound on his size. It's been said that Jesus Christ was larger than a baby but smaller than a temple. It's true. In all those verses in like Psalms 420 or something, I don't know. What is the most reliable method to determine a baby's sex? Childbirth. That's so true. You gotta wait. There's no medicine or like doctor tools or anything to be able to tell ahead of time. WTF am I reading? Words r/technicallythetruth. It's in the subreddit. It's like that one Family Guy bit where he's like, he said it. He said it. Bobby has 4 dimes. Amy has 30 pennies. Which child has more money? Bobby. Correct. How do you know? Show your thinking. I'm thinking Bobby. It's right. You can't dock off points. For more information on lung cancer, keep smoking. You'll find out soon enough. And then eventually you'll sound like this. Hunting, but make it vegan. Girl didn't know the word for gathering. A Northern California doctor and former drummer for legendary punk band The Offspring put his medical training to good use Tuesday, performing life-saving CPR on a prospective juror in a medical malpractice case against him. Gotta keep him respirated. Want to see Nirvana but don't want to die yet. Bro, they stopped touring like 30 years ago. Yeah, you idiot. Watch a concert on YouTube. This picture is very depressing. He's pressing D. I got nothing to say. It speaks for itself. The buckles on this old chest look like a frog riding a motorcycle and hanging on for dear life. Oh my god, it looks just like that. I imagine he sounds like R2-D2 going, wow! Except in like frog speak, so he's like, ribbit! People with a nut allergy when I launch a nuke directly at them. They're about to disintegrate. I think nuts are going to be the least of their worries. Actually, nothing is going to be any of their worries because they're gone. They've poofed. If you don't have a dad, you're a That's true. If you don't have a dad, you're a How do you gain weight? Ingest more calories than you can burn. This is the only right answer you need. Wrong. How do you gain weight? Can be answered in as many ways as there are people. Personally, I pick up heavy objects. Well, now you're just kind of being a smartass. I don't find that very humorous. I'd like to fight you. That is how law works. Why is she in jail? Crime. Yep, that sums it up. OMG, my dad is an electrician at the zoo, and look how he spent his morning. I'm crying. Your dad's small as hell. This ain't even technically the truth. That's not her father. Sometimes I think about the guy at my poker table in Vegas who was kicked out after the pit boss said he was too drunk. High bar. Security came over and asked him to say the alphabet starting with M, and he replied, Malphabet. He was escorted out of the room. he was brave enough to say something we never could. Ladies and gentlemen, the Air and Space Museum. As you can see, there are many different versions of air and space here. Please do not touch the exhibits. What does AFAIK mean? As far as I know. As far as you know what? He knows nothing further than that. Poor guy, I hope he learns some stuff soon. Do you think the Queen has ever sucked dick? Not sure about the whole band, but Freddie Mercury definitely did. Good on him. What a legend. Yes, sir. 77% of it is made right here. Packed in Australia from at least 77% Australian ingredients. Ingredients, water, 77%. Hey, they're not lying, but it's also a little deceiving, you'd think. Watermelon. Seriously? That's where we're at now? Oh boy. Hey, do you know what's cooler than a triceratops? What? Liquid nitrogen. Yeah man, scientifically that's correct. Good for you. I'm glad you understand. This man single-handedly unloaded a fridge. Not single-handedly, he obviously used 2 hands. Hey, either way, that's impressive as hell. I couldn't do that. Population per capita. Data by United Nations 2015. What? I don't get it. Am I stupid? Am I dumb? Oh no. I don't know. One time I went to hand someone a bowl of hot soup and my brain tried to say, careful, it's hot, and here's your soup. So instead I blurted out, careful, it's soup. It is soup and it's what I ordered. Thank you. What's your guys' favorite soup? I'm a big tomato guy, but I also could go with like a garlic soup or a potato soup or like a good chicken tortilla soup. Oh, yeah. What's your favorite soup? How to make deadlines disappear. Step 1, pass away. The only deadline is gonna be your heart monitor flatlining. Ow! Did it! Bing bong! Let's go! Good joke. Work until your bank account looks like a phone number. Well, 911. What's your emergency? I'm poor. High-speed hand dryers are now being used instead of paper towels. But there's paper towels right there. I guess it is a high-speed hand dryer. It does a better job than freaking air cannons like they have, and the air's always cold and doesn't dry off my hands all the way. And not to mention the water in the sink was freezing cold. Megalodon, the shark that lived about 60 million years ago. How did he live 60 million years ago if the Earth is only 20 years old? Well, he lived in the sea, not in the Earth. I'm losing brain cells just looking at this conversation. We're moving on. Adobe Acrobat Reader. Hey, she's doing all of those things. How come when Hulk gets angry, his shirt rips off, but when She-Hulk gets angry, only her shoes break? Doesn't sound like equality to me. He's got a good point. Why can't She-Hulk have her boobs out? I can't, no. You can't say that. You can't say that, Mason. 3 unwritten rules of this sub. Thanks. Tested positive for being an overthinker. Maybe I'm overthinking, but aren't these pictures backwards? Also, why is the sound effect when you're putting the thing up to your forehead tit? 2 boob posts in a row? What is a word that you always spell wrong? Wrong. Alright, smartass, thanks. I know, you're so smart. Okay, this is crazy. Nice to meet you. Hope you guys become great friends. See, this one's just, I don't know, man. I don't wanna call these girls. We're not doing that. This is a kid show. Also, I don't believe women that work at Hooters are they're just working. Leave them alone. What truly has a 0% chance of happening? Definitive proof that the Earth is flat. Well, duh, of course it's not flat. It's got bumps and stuff. Those are called mountains, dummy. Yes, Indians are considered Asians. This is largely due to the fact that India is in Asia. This isn't even technically the truth. This is the truth. This is a cold hard fact. We learned this in, like, freshman geography or something. I don't know. My nan hates her new stair lift. Drives her up the forking wall. As intended. Thank you. That thing. 3 million volts. My brain. What if I touched it? You'll paralyzed. Dead. Maybe you're right. Yeah, I mean, there's some people who've survived. You might die, you might not. Heroic pit bull swims 5 miles out to sea to bite a child. My pitty is called Buttercup, and she would never hurt a fly. Well, children aren't flies. Well, yeah, I mean, there can be child flies, right? Like in the first 30 minutes of them being born, because flies only live like 7 days, right? Oh, my eyes feel kind of weird. Let me put in some eye drops. Oh, no! Avocado toast. 2 slices of 7-grain toast. Served with poached eggs on one slice and avocado spread on the other. $17.25. It costs how much? $17.25. It says it right there. Thank you, John F. Kennedy with, what is your hair? I can't tell if it's ramen or like frosted tips. I don't know. Nut milk is not milk. You're right. It is technically juice. It is technically nut juice. But because it's white, we're going to call it milk. You know it's cold outside when you go outside and it's cold. God, I remember telling this joke in 5th grade. My wife said to just grab a handful. She didn't realize I could grip the whole row one-handed. Oh my God, that's a lot. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. I feel like I could do more than that. I feel like I could do at least 15. I have big hands. Fat people are harder to kidnap. Stay safe. Eat lots here. It's so correct. As a fat person myself, I've never once been kidnapped. So, you know, it's real. Humpty Dumpty had a great fall. Walking with the leaves falling, carving a pumpkin, enjoying a book cuddled up by the fireplace, picking apples. What more could you ask for?